Today, we are taking a clear and deep look to the market of the manual wind Rolex Daytonas. We have 6239, 6241, 6262, and 6263. Prices have shifted, collectors' behavior has changed, and there are a few surprises you should know before buying or selling a Daytona in 2026. My name is Ignacio. I work with collectors daily, sourcing, evaluating, and analyzing vintage Rolex sports models. Rolex Daytonas remain fascinating and one of the most important pieces in the market. For many collectors, these early Daytonas are the foundation on the segment chronograph, or even the most iconic model in the Rolex line. They weren't popular in the 60s, but today they are really icons. What makes them dynamic is the mix of rarity, different iteration, dial variation, and a constant price fluctuation in the market. So here, there's a current state of the market across four of the most important references. Let's start with 6239. This is the first Daytona produced in the 60s, mainly distinguished by the metal bezel and the pump pushers. We will see different variations later on. Obviously, Paul Newman are the most sought in the market, but we can find some pieces with silver dials, black dials, and especially the most important Paul Newman dials. But not only Paul Newman dials are very sought or very highly priced in the market. Some of these references with rare dials can be very expensive too. For example, first dial, the silver ones, more known as Grene dials or even double Swiss dials, can be very expensive. So when talking about these early pieces, it's not only about the dial, it's also important to take into account some other parts. For example, the bezel should be a 300 unit, not the ones that were calibrated to 200 in the future. Or also the bracelets were at the beginning 71, but there's a very important bracelet or really loved by collectors, which is the 71N, which will have a slightly higher end link that will cover all the case. If we then go again into Newman dials, we should take into consideration there are several kinds of dial, and each dial should fall into a specific serial range. Okay, so there's sing-a-song dials, long T-Swiss T, short T-Swiss T. There's also the plain T-Swiss T. This piece is an early Newman with a sing-a-song correct dial, and on top, well, it's a piece in a very, very nice condition. It comes from the original owner and with a full set, so we could buy this piece here in Spain with the original box and the original papers. So I would say that nowadays it's very, very difficult to find these pieces in the wild, let's say, and being able to find it from their original owners. Now we can change into 6241. We could say this reference has a little upgrade in the market. The main difference on this one is the backlight bezel, okay, instead of the stainless steel one. And collectors normally give more importance to this, so let's say prices for these ones are normally higher. It is important to have the correct bezel. It should be a Mark 1 normally, okay? Bracelets can be the same as we mentioned before. 71, also two 71 end links. And same variation for dials. Here we have a black Newman dial, also correct for their serial number. You can find them in white also. And there's also plain dials, which are also very coveted because normally when you find this watch, you find it with a Newman dial. So plain dials, silver or black, have begun to be also very, very appreciated by collectors. I would like to talk to you also about the 6262. This is an amazing piece, very, very nice condition. This could be like the elder brother for the 6239. The configuration on the bezel and the pushers, as you can see, is the same pump pushers. Bezel here is different, so it's the late series one, already graduated to 200, as we said. And here we have a plain dial, but also a very rare one, and very well seen in the market, let's say, which is the blue Daytona. We have the blue Daytona script, which is more for the late series of these watches, and it's very appreciated, especially when found in this condition. It's important to mention that black dials also in the Newman, black dial normally tended to have dirty subdials. So these ones, the three pieces we are showing you, are very, very clean, and this is difficult to find. So if we talk about this particular one, the condition on this one is very, very good. We mentioned it in another video before, and well, it's not easy to find this bracelet which is in perfect condition, unpolished case, this kind of dial which is really clean, really nice. The lume is also very nice, and well, in fact, this piece has already been sold in the last days, because as I said, it's very looked after by collectors, especially for the blue Daytona also. Then all these were pump pushers, let's say, but Rolex also experimented to turn these watches into waterproof in a way. There's a reference which is not here today with us, which is the 6240. That could be a prototype reference that included the pump pushers. Okay, this reference was produced it was a short production. It even mixed some dials with the pump pushers line. And after that, Rolex began producing the reference 6263 and 6265. Here we can find also different dials, different bezels, different kind of pushers, bracelets. Said this, it's important to find period correct pieces. So certain serials should wear certain dials, kind of pushers, kind of bezels especially. On the dials, we can talk about MK1 dials, for example, this one. You can find this Swiss T on the bottom, no Daytona script. This one happens to have brown pushers, which is not a normal kind of dial. They call them also exotic or tropical dials. It's a dial which it's difficult to find, especially in nice condition. Also, during the MK1 dials, so early 70s, we find the Newman dials. There's also iterations there, but maybe we should cover this in another post, because there are several marks. Then we have the Sigma dials. These are differentiated by two Sigma symbols, just before and after the Swiss T. And after that, we come with the very well-known big red dials. These are maybe the most popular now in the market. Let's say Sigma and Big Red were selling more or less the same. Big Red had a premium, but right now there's a big difference. Everyone seems to be looking for the red Daytona script. We should be careful not to buy service dials that had the small Daytona script, but there's also iterations in here. We have cream dials or Pana dials in the silver line. There's also floating Daytona dials with the Daytona script higher or lower. So there's a lot of iterations. And also, we didn't mention that during all these references, Rolex was producing a few pieces in gold, a few. Of course, they produced many of them, but they are very rare, much more rare than the stainless steel ones. So here we have a 6263 with the backlight bezel, the pump pushers, with the correct bracelet. It's also important. Many of these watches you find in the market with the 57 endlings. These bracelets are in fact bracelets for date references, so 1500, but the correct endlings for Daytona should be 71. This is something you should look for, because there's a big difference in price, and it happens many times when you study watches at the auctions. For example, these bracelets have been switched. About the dials on the gold Daytonas, we can talk also about Newman dials. These are very rare, very expensive in the market. For the 6263, we have the champagne dials and the black dials. It's true that black dials have an important premium, but personally, I really love the configuration of the champagne dials, because you can match the contrast on the black with the backlight bezel. For me, condition on gold watches is very important. Gold is a very soft material, and when it's polished, the cases become very small. So this here is in very, very nice condition. It had some polishing, in my opinion, in the past, but very, very soft, and on top it comes with the original papers, the original box and the full set. So it's not easy to find nowadays a 6263 in gold, full set, and especially in this condition. So as a short recap, we have 6239, first production, Newman dial, full set, very nice condition. 6241, for me one of the nicest Newmans, because I love the backlight bezel with the pushers. I love it with the black dial, but white dial is very cool too. We have 6262. We didn't mention that on 6262 and 6264 there was an upgrade in the caliber, so caliber 727. The other ones were wearing caliber 722, 72, and 6263. There's many variants here. For me, this is one of my favorites in gold. Also caliber 727. 6265 also had caliber 727. So this is what we have now. These are pieces we like having in stock. Some of them are sold, so we will try to replace them. And if you would like a deeper look into dial variants, into auction results, or a specific reference, let us know in the comments, and we can sort out something for you.